Well, this is as far as I got. It is not weathered. It's only painted. I'm waiting for a little bit of touch-up paint to dry, and then I'll show you how to weather this. Now, if we look up and behind, those are what I'm using. We got black paint, a nice wide bristled brush, a cup of water, white glue, and ground foam. Now, oops, sorry about that. Exactly what am I going to do? I'll show you in just a minute. All right. Some of you might be wondering what I'm doing off camera here. I'm just pouring a little bit of black paint on the top of the cap, because I don't need a palette for this, because there's only the one color. Alright, so now that I've got my paint, and this is the reason why the paper towel is down, take my paint just a little bit and add a lot of water to it. I need it runny, very runny. Just go across the top of the building, let it drag on down. Alright, that's the only time that we get paint. It's just to start with. Everything else is just to run on down. Add more water to the paint until it runs right down. You really don't want to see any black paint left. You want it to look almost like the building. And you will notice I'm not going in the bay, because the bay wouldn't get hit with so much water and rain and other things. So just going over the main part of the building. Let the paint actually accumulate at the bottom a little bit. Alright, that's where most of your dirt and grime are going to be. And you can actually take some of that paint, transfer it over here to the dock. Just work the whole way around the building. Alright, I'm going to stop there and continue around the building, and I'll bring you back in a minute. Alright, now that my weathering paint's good and dry, I went a little heavy on this side. There's still a little water left, but that's alright. I see this unsightly ridge here where it didn't quite hold the paint. That's okay, we're going to fix that. Now, just normal white glue. Ain't nothing special. I'll take a paintbrush, get some white glue. I'm going to put some white glue right along that edge. As full strength as I can get it. Now, when you're picking vines, they don't just grow straight. They grow at angles. They like to try to take over quite a bit. So, we'll use some paint and simulate that. Now, I don't want to go too willy-nilly on this, but I need to go enough that it looks about right. And they don't just grow on one side, they'll grow on all the way around the corner. So, oop, I dropped the paintbrush in the white glue. We'll go all the way around the corner with it. Now I'm going to have to readjust the camera when I get down to this. And I did it again. there. Alright. I got enough white glue on there. Just bear with me because you're going up. Okay. Now we got the corner of the building all done there. Let me open this up. This is my homemade ground foam. Some of y'all remember the videos of that. But what I do is I'm just going to lightly sprinkle it on and let it catch. If you didn't notice, I didn't put the windows in the building, and there's a reason for that. Let's knock off this excess. Alright. Now, we got a vine growing up the side of the building. I might take a couple of coats because I didn't let everything dry the way that I should have. But all the extra ground foam we could put right back in the container. Let that dry a little bit. Helps to hide some of these edges. That might not look the best. You can always go back and add a little bit more ground foam later. But let that dry for a little while before you even try it. And bring it back down. See what kind of a difference that'll make. Now it doesn't look so much like a unpainted corner as we got a vine growing up. Now, shake a little bit more off by now. And there we have it, a vine covered corner. I'm gonna go around and do a little bit more of that around the building, but as you can see, it does help to hide edges that you might not like. So I'm sorry I'm a little off square, but there you have it. That's one way to hide an unsightly edge. It's another way, if you want to go completely all out and do an entire wall, you can do that, make an abandoned building, which I have a few intentions of that. But this is the boiler house for the power plant, and it is done, except for the windows. Do not put the windows in a structure till you've weathered it, painted it, everything else. The reason why is because that plastic, clear plastic glazing can hold some paint, and unless you want frosted windows, don't do it. And this is supposed to be an active working building. A little bit of vine is not bad. A lot of companies don't really try to get rid of those. Just take your time. What looks right looks right. If you don't like it, it's white glue. You can wash it off. Well, I'm gonna let this dry and call it a night.